Hey, what's going on guys? In this video we're going to be going through things like falling platforms, so when you walk across them after a delay they will fall to the floor and destroy, and then we're going to add things like jump pads as well. So let's get to it. So the first thing we want to do is we need to add a new sprite. So let's just add a sprite. And for now we're just going to use a placeholder, so just select a colour. And I'll make this an orange colour maybe, so it's just a hazard. Add this like this, and we will just call this falling platform, or whatever you like. I'm going to resize this, just so it's a nice size for our player to stand on. And then once we've done that, we need to give it some behaviours, so we need to head over to the behaviours to the left, and we're going to add a solid. And then we also want to add a timer. Now this is what we'll use to set how long the delay will be before it falls. And then we also want to give it a platformer behaviour, just like the character. Now this is just to give it additional properties, as we can see on the left, so we're going to give it the speed, and it adds gravity and things like that. The other thing is we also want to just make sure we disable default controls. Otherwise the platform would be moving with the character. What we're going to do next is we now just want to head over to the event sheet. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is once we're in the event sheet, let's create a new group. We'll call it falling platform. And then inside of here we need to add, so we're going to select character, on collision with another object, and then we're going to select the falling platform we just created. And then what we want to do is we want to add an action, and we're going to search a falling platform, and now we want to reference the timer we just added, so search timer, we want to start timer, and then we want to set the duration to 1, and we'll just keep it once. So on collision with falling platform, start timer for 1 second once. Now what we can do is we need to add another event, and this time we're going to select the platform, and then we're going to search on timer. And now actually, so this tag here, so we're going to call this fall, and we just need to head back here, and we need to, so I forgot to add into tag, we need to just add that there. So that's just how in case you have different timers and things like that, it's just a reference. So now once we collide with the timer, once we collide with the platform, sorry, we'll start the timer. After that 1 second, so on the timer, and then we just want to, so we want to select it again, and we want to set the collision enabled. And we also want to set the platform behavior enabled as well. Like so. Like so. And now actually, so we also just need to quickly head back, and we need to make sure that we disable by default the platform behavior, which I've got to include. And then we can go back to the event sheet, and now we just need to tell it to, so once the platform actually hits the floor, we want it to be destroyed. So we just need to get the platformer again, and we want to on collision with another object. And for this we can simply search tileset or tile map. So on collision with the tile map, and then we can just set it to destroy. So I'll just keep this here for now, and we can just test this. So we're stood on the platform, and there we go, after a little slight delay, it falls to the floor and then is destroyed. We could take this a little further by adding a particle, so we could, for now I'll just reuse a particle we've already got. So we can just search the behavior, and we go create, spawn another object, and then we search particle, and I'll use the food particle because it's quite close. And then just make sure your layer is set to your main layer, like so. And there we go. Now this could be great for either just floating platforms, or even if you wanted to create a bridge of some kind, so maybe there's a delay, so you've got to be really quick. So next let's do the jump pads. So I'm going to drag this over here for now, and I'll just paste this out just for the demo. And then so for the jump pads, I've got a spot right here which I added earlier, where, so obviously we can't make this jump, and we're going to put a jump pad right here and make that how we're going to get this key. So we're going to add a new sprite, and then inside of the game asset pack we can head over to MISC, and as you can see we've got the jump pad sprites right here. Select those three and drag these in. Now we're going to need two different animations, so we're going to add an animation. And we're going to rename this to jump, bounce, or whatever you'd like. And this one we can just rename to idle. And now for idle, we can just delete these two frames. So we just have a basic flip frame. And then for the jump one, once again, I'm just going to import these in. And if I play this, as you can see, a little jump animation. I'm going to speed that up a little bit though as well, so we'll set the speed to 15. We just want it very quick, like that. Okay, great. Make sure the initial animation is idle. And I'll just place this right here. Okay, so let's go back to the event sheet. I'll add a new group. We'll call this jump pad. And after this one, we're going to search character once again, and we're going to search is overlapping. So instead of on collision, this time we're going to be overlapping at an offset. And then we're going to select the jump pad. So is overlapping the jump pad at an offset. And we want the X to be 0, and we'll set the Y to 1. And then what we want to do is we want to set the jump pad's animation. And we're going to set that to the new one we just created, jump. Play from beginning. Okay. And we want to add another action. Character again. And we want to set vector Y. So we want to set the Y. And we want to set this to a large number, so maybe minus 1250. I think that's what I used on a previous example, so we'll try that for now and see if that works. We can always change this. And then what we can do is we can add a quick delay as well. So what we can do is system, and we'll search wait. And we'll just wait 1 second. And then we can copy the animation at the top, and then we can just set this back to idle. So I'll just run through this. So when we overlap at an offset of the jump pad on the y-axis, we will set the jump pad animation to jump, so it will bounce that. Then it will set our character's y vector to minus 1250, so it will shoot our character up to 1250. And then it will wait a second, and then set the animation back to idle. Let's test this. And there we go. We now have a jump pad, and we have our following platforms. Awesome. So that was just a quick video for this one, guys. I'm going to call it here. I might make another one as well today. But yeah, take care, and I'll see you later.